Welcome to this deep dive into time series analysis. Today, we are demystifying one of the most crucial concepts in econometrics and data science, stationarity, and the gold standard for testing it, the Augmented Dickey-Fuller Test, or ADF. Whether you are predicting stock prices or analyzing climate patterns, understanding stationarity is your first line of defense against misleading results. So, what exactly is a stationary time series? Imagine a heartbeat monitor in a steady state. In technical terms, a series is strictly stationary if its statistical properties, like mean, variance, and autocorrelation, are constant over time. Think of it like a pendulum swinging within a fixed box. No matter when you look at it, the rules of its movement remain the same. Why do we care? Most statistical forecasting models, such as ARIMA, assume that the underlying process is stationary. If you try to model a non-stationary series, like the price of Bitcoin or the global population, without transforming it first, you run into the spurious regression trap. This is where two variables seem correlated simply because they both trend upwards over time, leading to disastrously wrong predictions. Let's look at the mathematical nightmare, the random walk, represented as yt equals yt minus 1 plus epsilon t, where epsilon is white noise. In this scenario, the current value is just the previous value plus a random shock. This process has no mean reverting property. It wanders off to infinity. This is the definition of a unit root. If a series has a unit root, it is non-stationary. Enter the Dickey-Fuller test. In 1979, David Dickey and Wayne Fuller developed a way to check for that pesky unit root. They started with a basic autoregressive model, yt equals phi yt minus 1 plus epsilon t. If phi is 1, we have a unit root. To make it easier to test, they subtracted yt minus 1 from both sides, giving us delta yt equals delta yt minus 1 plus epsilon t, where delta equals phi minus 1. Now, the hypothesis testing part is key. Our null hypothesis, h0, is that delta equals 0, meaning phi equals 1. This implies the series has a unit root and is non-stationary. Our alternative hypothesis, h1, is that delta less than 0, meaning the series is stationary. We use a special tau statistic because the standard t distribution doesn't work under the null hypothesis of non-stationarity. But real-world data is messy. It has trends and cycles. That's why we use the Augmented Dickey-Fuller test. The augmented part adds lagged differences of the dependent variable to the equation. This accounts for higher-order serial correlation, ensuring that the error term remains white noise. It's like cleaning the lenses of a telescope to see the star more clearly. Finally, how do we interpret the results? When you run ADF in Python using stats models, you get a p-value. If the p-value is less than your significance level, typically 0.05, you reject the null hypothesis. This means your data is stationary and ready for modeling. If not, you usually need to difference the data, subtracting the previous value from the current one until it stabilizes. In summary, the ADF test is the gatekeeper of time series modeling. By identifying unit roots, we transform chaotic, drifting data into stable, predictable patterns. Mastering this test is a giant leap toward becoming a proficient quantitative analyst. References: 1. Gujarati, D. Non, Basic Econometrics. 2. Hamilton, J.D., Time Series Analysis. 3. Box, G.E.P., and Jenkins, G.M., Time Series Analysis, Forecasting and Control. 4. Wooldridge, J.M., Introductory Econometrics, A Modern Approach.